Good morning. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. This is video 2 of 2. If you've only seen none, no, one, you know what I mean. There's 2 videos. Go and find the other one. So Charles Baudelaire said that it was one of the artifices of Satan to convince man, to induce inside him that he did not exist. It was Kevin Spacey, in fact, who in The Usual Suspect said something very, very similar. He said the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was to convince people that he did not exist. And you can micromanage that phrase and put it into various elements of the world that we live in. And I hear you say,
What has that got to do with the Nicola Bulley case? Harsh, please tell us what you are rambling on about. Now it's Saturday, we've got other shit to do. Crack on.
and what I mean by this is, look, you know me. Now, I'm an open thought with regards to the Nicola Bulley case. I understand that there's a possibility of an accident. Of course there is. Now, I've spoken multiple times on the fact that I do not believe that that's the case, because I struggle to think that someone who is completely compos mentis in an area that was completely familiar to them would put themselves in a situation that would lead them to fall in a river. Now, is it completely out of the realms of possibility? Of course it's not. Of course it's not, and anyone to say otherwise would be a fool, because things happen. That's why it's called an accident, getting into something that you don't intend to. But again, you'd like to think that an adult, someone who is at times in charge of children and hopefully stopping them from getting themselves into accidents, would be able to protect themselves in quite a simple situation. It wasn't complex. It was by a river that they walk by every day. So look, even though I appreciate there could have been an accident, I just struggle to see how that plays out from start to finish. So that being said, what are the alternatives? Now, the alternatives is that someone did it, or she did it to herself. And because of my own experiences in life and seeing how quickly people can descend into their own chaos and very, very quickly wish to take their own life, and it doesn't really matter who was with them at the time. And for those of you who do not know, I'm speaking from absolute experience through being alongside my mother with my younger brother. I was 12, he was 6. When she tried to take her own life in front of us. So it happens. Do not think it doesn't. But then I got to thinking, hold on a second. Can you then completely rule out foul play? And I started thinking more about this when the coroner had apparently sent law enforcement back to the river to investigate the riverbanks. And I was thinking, why would they be inspecting the riverbanks? Why would they be interested in that? There was a lot of speculation to say whether law enforcement had been sent out there to find something else, to find any personal artifacts, anything like that. But law enforcement came out and said, no, that's speculation. You're uninformed. You'd got it wrong. I think they yet again should have perhaps kept their mouth shut, because by turning around and saying, no, we're not looking for something that was lost, we're looking at the riverbanks, you're in effect saying that the coroner is now questioning whether it was possible for this person to fall into this river and not get back out. They are now questioning the accident theory and struggling to perhaps conclude that that is how she drowned. Remember, the coroner has to make a conclusion that is accurate themselves. And if the actual place itself doesn't fit that, then they will have to conclude an open verdict, a non-determined cause, because in their eyes it will be, well, hold on, she was healthy, she could swim, she was familiar with the area, she was compos mentis, so how did she fall into a river that she could have easily got back out? There's no injuries on her. And again, this is speculation. I don't know that there's no other injuries, but I'm only guessing that perhaps there isn't. She hasn't got a head injury. People said she could have fallen, she could have hit her head, she could have entered the water unconscious, which would have made a lot more sense. But in the absence of a head injury, what have you got? You've got that she fell in the water and didn't get injured and just didn't get back out. And then I was thinking to myself, with what other information is out there, like the fact that she had apparently the issues that she had, and they were quite vigorously pushed out and not stopped, it does make you wonder whether this was indeed the perfect crime, the absolute perfect crime. Let's make it look like she did it to herself. Because then you've got the situation where it could have been an accident, could have been, albeit slim, but it could have been. And we've also got someone who had demons, and they could have put themselves in the water. Again, people will argue that how do you do that? How do you put yourself in the water and drown yourself? It can happen. It can happen. I'm sure that, again, if someone really wants to do that, they will find a way. They will find a way. But was I wrong? And in fact, and look, I'm not pointing the finger at anyone specifically. I'm not pointing the finger and saying this person did it or that person did it, because I don't know, and there's not enough evidence for me to actually say, yes, some people can act weird, or they can talk funny, or you can perceive anything they do, because you're scrutinising them hugely. You're delving into everything. What their eyes look like, what their mouth look like, what their fucking eyebrows look like. I don't mean Brian Koberger. I'm talking about facial expressions and the nuances in speech when they're being interviewed, and you can really deep dive into that and pull it apart. But the more I look at this, and I think to myself, this could have in fact been the perfect crime. To convince people in the absence of a devil in the story, and to put all of the focus and all of the blame on Nicola. So I do not think that anybody at this stage should truly, how can I say, ignore the fact that there could be foul play in this case. And I just wish that some people would be a little bit more open-minded to the fact, so that in the event that is the case, that whoever did it knows that this ain't over for them. And there is a chance that they will come unstuck. Let me know down below what you think. What is your conclusion? What is your true conclusion? And let me know why it's your conclusion. Accident, self-inflicted, foul play. I'll catch you all in the next one.
What's up, Harsh fam? We just launched our new nonprofit organization, United Search Corps, where we're going to be advocating for the missing and families of the missing as well. And we need your help to spread awareness for our mission and also our fundraiser. There's a lot of equipment and necessary things that we need for this to be possible. So please take a second and share our fundraiser. For more information, please check out our website, unitedsearchcorps.org. Go over to my YouTube channel and check out our announcement video as well. The links will be in the description below. Thank each and every one of you for your time and consideration. Thank you.